Welcome to Richard Suttmeyer's 4 and 4. 4 blips on my radar screen presented in 4 minutes or less. My first blip is explaining why stocks turned on a dime Wednesday. Fundamentally, I mentioned how cheap stocks were according to Value Engine in Tuesday's video. Technology is the cheapest of 11 sectors at 29.3% undervalued, with all sectors undervalued by 10.2% to 29.3%, as cheap as stocks became on average in 2002. In addition, I showed that the daily chart for the Dow was extremely oversold. The key to a rebound was the fact that weakness stayed above Tuesday's low of 11,634.82. It's still oversold. It was the retest technicians looked for. My second blip focuses on Apple and Google, which I showed as vulnerable in Wednesday's trade. For Apple, I showed risk to my semi-annual value level at 130.49 and the low was 126.14. Traders with the patience to buy Apple at 130.49 could have sold at the close at 139.07, below the 200-day simple moving average at 144.50. Google traded as low as 519 and it too stayed below its 200-day simple moving average at 568.60. The dynamic yesterday appeared to be forced selling by traders, short financial and long mojo tech names. My third blip looks at the regional bank index, BKX, and its strong oversold rebound. The BKX set a new 52-week low of 74.84 on Tuesday, a level not seen since May 2003, before the housing bubble began and before toxic loans were originated. The two-day rebound to 86.57 exceeds 15%, and my monthly pivot at 89.45 with a 50-day simple moving average at 89.67. The BKX is no longer oversold, and in my judgment, there will be more bad news from regional banks in the month ahead. Beware that the rebound will be temporary, not a new leadership move for a new bull run. My fourth blip gives you my first update in trying to refinancing 2 mortgages I personally hold. The first is a 5-year adjustable set for reset in October of this year. The outstanding balance is less than half the appraised value. City Mortgage is my servicer and the current rate is 5 1/8%. When I financed the co-op back in September 2003, the yield on the 10-year was 4.50. Yesterday, the 10-year was at 3.50. I was told my new rate would be higher at 5.50. Where's the rate relief? The good news is that if I find the right city modification, my cost would be just $350. The bad news is that the mortgage specialist would not be available to return my call for 48 hours. Let's see if I get a call tomorrow. My second mortgage is a resort condo on St. Pete Beach, Florida, which I purchased in 1997. I refinanced from a 1-year adjustable to a 10-year interest-only loan in July 2006 with the yield on the 10-year at 5 1/4%. The first thing I was told was that my appraised value is down 25%. Not surprising and not an issue because my equity was still more than twice the amount of the loan. I was told that the loan was held by the bank, which I thought would be a positive in refinancing. To my surprise, with the yield of the 10-year at 350, I was told that the current rate for this type of loan was 8 1/4%, raised yesterday afternoon. The lower rates from the FOMC don't help me. I will keep you posted. Tell me your mortgage financing issues at support@rightsideadvisors.com, and we will discuss them in this evening's Traders Club radio and chat at 6 p.m. live on Right Side Live. That's today's 4 and 4. Enjoy your day.